So.
Ooh, yeah.
Fair enough.
Don't do it.
All right, it says we're setting up. All right, it says we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Lucky Ones podcast. I am your host, Lucky Wood, and I am joined by not one, but two wonderful guests tonight. You've seen one of them before. She's out of Wisconsin, number one, right and left, Shauna Wagner. Welcome in, Shauna.
Thank you,
And our main, wonderful, amazing, new to the show, but not new to our comments, number, I would say, like, top 5 supporter, is none other than Miss Hannah Presnell. Welcome in, Hannah. So glad to finally steal you for the show. We're really excited to have you tonight. So we are coming on because we have, the three of us have something very much in common. The two of them have something more in common than I do because I don't actually have anything coming up with her. But we all love to pull Miss Casto. And two of us have pulled her in the past, and this will be Hannah's first time pulling her coming up on the On the Rise event on October 5th. They're going to pull out in West Virginia, so that's super fun. And Shauna is also going to be pulling Castro in West Virginia, but much sooner. And it is actually on August 17th. So all of you in our little tri-state, little northern, eastern, we pretend we're from the south side of Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Ohio, come out to the West Virginia State Tournament next Saturday. Ladies pull free, right and left. And if there are 4 more people in the class, she is doing cash payouts. So
I'm close enough. I might show up.
Ooh, yes, do it.
Yes. So, Shauna, I want you to give Hannah all the secrets to pulling Casto successfully.
Yeah, let me hear them.
Well, I haven't done it yet, but you better be real quick. Let's put it that way. I mean, let's just say what it is. I mean, Christina's a legend.
Yeah.
She's got techniques, and I really wanted to pull her in the Invitational. Like, that's the number one person I just really wanted to pull her, and I didn't get flash, but it went down pretty quickly. But I would definitely say it's you got to come at it with some kind of technique and be fast. She's ready. I promise.
Here we go.
Oh,
just be pumped. Be pumped. The cool thing about Casto is, let's say you don't win or what. You know what? She's just a fantastic person. She really is. We hit it off the bat right away. It's the first time I've ever met her, and she's just fun. She's not scared to be beat, but she's also not scared to, help coach and mentor our young women. And, the women that are getting started, and even myself, I'm still a relatively new puller. And, at the Invitational itself, she pulled me aside and was able to, tell me some things that I needed to work on. Oh, there's the legend now.
There she is.
So we're all brainstorming on how we're all going to beat you next week.
Yes.
I think the game plan is for us to go together and use 3 hands in 1.
Yes.
And
taking her down. No chance.
Oh, I don't know about that. I had a pretty rough practice week before last, so.
Oh no. Cool. We can use that to get in her head.
Oh man.
Put another one of those really bad practices in, like, this week.
Yeah.
Nah, well, I just had one, so no. But today.
Oh, she did practice today. That's right. But how much practicing did you really do, or did y'all just watch the East versus West?
We pulled for about an hour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good practice.
That is good. All right, so if Shauna doesn't succeed next weekend, Hannah, what's your game plan for October?
I'm going to be studying up some more and watching more videos, and Casto's a beast. That's all I can say. So some of you may know this, but last year, last June, we had planned a super match, and I had some things come up and I had to back out, and let her down, I guess. I'm sorry, Casto, but I'm telling you, I have been pumped for over a year now, just like, when can I get a match with Casto? When can I get a match with Casto? So, I've been, making a game plan for a long time. But I can't say that it's going to get me anywhere, but I'm excited.
Very cool.
Well, good. Glad to inspire someone.
Oh, listen, I've been watching your videos, since I started, and I'm like, wow, she's a ref and an arm wrestler. Like, she's got to know her stuff. And yeah, everything I've seen, she really knows her stuff. So,
well, thank you. It's called being in the sport for 32 years. You kind of learn something.
Oh yeah. My husband's like, you better be on your game. You better know what's coming at you. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, the concrete Casto's coming at you.
Listen, and she's crazy with that flop wrist like this, and like, man, she can be flop wrist and like still.
I try not to do that anymore.
Yeah, it was a high hook that took me out at the Invitational. Just saying. Not trying to give away any secrets or anything, but that.
That'll get you if you're one of those top rollers,
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And, Sean, are y'all going right or left? I feel like you're going right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Cool. Casto, you don't want to pull her left? You scared?
Honey, I can't pull left.
I know, that's why you scared.
Oh man.
Christina, I did poll a lady today so we're at the World Arm Wrestling, one of the events in Kansas City. She's been polling for 40 years, and her name was Cheryl Frisbee. She knew who you were. She had been. She polled with WAL at some point in time, I think it was, but. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She's been around forever. She goes, "Oh yeah, I know who Christina Castro is." I said, "Yeah, I get that one next week." She goes, "Oh, good luck with that."
I can't remember. She had a different name there for a while, and I can't remember what her maiden name was.
That may be true.
I remember.
Yeah. Okay. Very cool. So when you come down to West Virginia, Shauna, what's the plan of attack? That's going to be a little bit different. You can totally lie. Just lie.
Tell me.
Yeah. So it's interesting. The Invitational was so new to me. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty nervous. I've never arm wrestled in a round robin before, and I don't think that did very well for me either. But between the Invitational, which opened up a lot for me of kind of like where I really was with arm wrestling, because it's hard for women, because I don't think we all get to see a whole bunch of people. You can't really tell where you're at. You don't see a whole bunch of different arms. Probably the same with Hannah. But between then and so now, I've joined a powerlifting gym. So I've been putting in some time for 2 months. I've definitely have been working on a couple different moves. So hopefully I'll be not such a pussy and bring one of the new moves out and see what happens.
So do both of you plan on, if the first thing doesn't work, you're going to switch it up? Or are you guys looking
at... Hell yes.
Well, yeah.
Depends on what she brings me.
We're not going to give it to her. Lucky.
The goal is not for me. I mean, honestly, so I do have a goal. So, you know how the invitational went. So you got one chance, and if you didn't do it right, you were screwed, right? Like you didn't get another chance, really. So the goal for me is one, not to be flashed. That will piss me off. By the way, Christina, that will piss me off. But two, and I've talked to Britt. She's in bed asleep, but it's kind of asleep. Is the best thing for me would be to win. I mean, that would be great. If I don't win, if I get one and don't even win this, if I get one, that's a huge step in the right direction, at least for me mentally, and kind of gauges where I'm at. So that's the ultimate goal, is not to lose 0-3. That's the goal.
Same here. Yeah.
You be good doing like 3-1. Are you guys going best out of 3 or best out of? Or sorry,
I'm not sure.
5 or best
5.
out of?
Are we doing
We'll
5?
do 5.
God, she wants to kill me.
You just want to do 3? We can do 3.
I guess there is best of 3. It's just not as popular as best of
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me.
Well, see, I had a super match there last year with it was last year with Martha Swick up in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
And we had originally planned just to do best out of 3, and she got me the first 2 right before the tournament. We said, nah, we'll go ahead and do 5, and I ended up coming back and winning it. So
I have studied those videos a ton.
Do what?
I said, I have studied those videos a ton. You all tend to, even at the invitational, you all just like want to just go. You guys have these very, very, I think, high, powerful matches with each other. They're very interesting.
Yeah. I agree.
I think the reasoning for that is our technique, style, and just the way we go at it and our attitude are so much. We even make the same faces. They had taken pictures of us when we were at the Arnold Classic, and I was looking at them. I was like, I sent it to her, and I said, "We both mean mug and ugly face right here." She was like, "Yeah."
I just heard some not great noises. Let me go check on the pets real quick. Y'all talk amongst yourselves.
The house is falling down. I don't know.
Yeah, I've watched that one match. I guess it's the one you're talking about, Casto, and I've watched it a billion times too. And I love at the end of it your celebration. I mean, it was so much excitement. You could tell you were like, yes. I love it. It pumps me up every time. So
it was probably 100 degrees in that room too. It was so hot with all those lights, and then I have to go from there to referee the whole tournament all day, and it was horrible.
Oh no.
Oh gosh, that was like, pumped up. If you're me, you're having freaking meat sweats after that, and then you gotta go do something else all day.
Oh man.
Shauna, where is it that you live again right now?
Yeah, so I live in Appleton, Wisconsin. It's just south of Green Bay.
Okay. I was telling somebody today, and I know she lives in Wisconsin, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, just south of Green Bay.
Yeah. Sorry. My new kitten was throwing things at my 4 dogs, and they were trying to jump up to get him, and I was like, this is amazing. But I also stopped doing that.
But no.
Well, cool. Now I just have to go back and watch what I missed, because I won't make y'all repeat it.
Oh, we were talking smack about you.
We did.
No, I have y'all to talk smack about Casto. Y'all can't turn it around.
I'm kidding.
I can't be the only one that bullies her. People are going to start not liking me. Well, more people are going to start not liking me.
I got to be careful. I need that one win before I start talking like real smack,
Yeah.
Right. So did I know Casto did. I did. Did either of you catch any of the East versus West?
No, I haven't. No,
I did.
Very cool. We what do you think? Like overall score 9 or 1 out of 10, Shauna?
I mean, for what little bit, so I didn't get to see a whole lot today because obviously I was pulling, but just what little bit that I saw, it seemed to basically be what I thought it would be. You know, Liz got the win today, which I thought she would. I know a lot of the who won yesterday for the women's. I know that wasn't East West, but that was the tournament right before it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So overall, I know people have put a lot of praise up about this event so far. So yeah, I think that's a good thing, especially since it was in the U.S. too.
Definitely. Casto?
Oh, I thought it was amazing. The only thing that I could say that I would criticize about it if they would listen was the referees letting the poolers dictate how they're setting them up. Oh, that was so annoying. And you know, at one point, the one wrestler is dictating it to the referee, and he calls a foul for her. You know, not on her, but her opponent. And I'm like, dude, you've got to be kidding me. And I was just, it was unbelievable. But, you know, that's one thing that I would change about it is, you know, if they're going to be up there and they're not going to listen to the referee, then I know people want to see them wrestle, but they need to come in there with an understanding as poolers that you can't be doing that, you know, constant. If they think it's something, you know, people are wanting to see, it's not. It's called crybabying. Just wrestle and be quiet. Pay attention to the referee. Do what the referee tells you to do. And if you can't do it that way and win, then don't get them to cheat for you, because that's, to me, that's what I saw.
Oh, see, I didn't see any of the videos. I just heard. I did hear some. I'm not going to name any names, but I heard some of that, what you're just talking about, some disrespect to refs. And Hannah, I don't know if you ref. I know Christina does, and Lucky was certified when I was certified, and I have done some refing since then. And I tell you, you know what? It looks easy from the outside, but when you get up there and you're actually watching, and things happen so quick, you know what? Casso, I agree with you. People need to chill out and understand that this is not the easiest job in the world, and it's not like we're really getting paid for it. I mean, not that I want to be. I'm trying to help the community, but it's not easy.
Yeah, no, I don't ref, and I have no intentions or desires to ever be a part of that. Yeah, Lucky knows a little bit about me. I might get a little hot, and so sometimes it would be too much.
At a tournament, be like, listen, honey, you can grab your stuff, grab your kids, get out.
Yeah, hide your kids, hide your wives, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I would be. I'm a no drama kind of person too, and sure. I would be that one that would literally look at it. It would be one of the biggest men in there, and I would look at them and be like, for real, like pull yourself together. Like they would not.
Oh no, I just tell them to shut the hell up and arm wrestle.
Yeah, and I just don't know that I could have no desire. I think, but honestly though, and I know this might sound terrible, I feel like I don't start to say I feel like I might could handle the men better than reffing the women. But then again, the men do. I think the men are crybabies.
Most women do not do that. The men are the crybabies.
Yeah.
Because just like Larray said at that invitational, he said, you know, this was fantastic. You girls got up there, you listened to the referee, and you did. He said, none of that crybaby. And I said, well, that's what you men do.
Yes, yeah. Well, and I was a prison guard for some time at a male facility, and holy cow, let me tell you, it was like adult daycare every day, all day long.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. No, I couldn't do it.
Yeah, but no reffing for me.
Right. 12 and 13 is like kind of my cutoff when it comes to working with the next generation, because the older kids, I'm just like, y'all think you're grown, but you have so much to learn.
That's why I don't have children.
For real. All right, so Casto, you got anything to say to these ladies? Before we jump?
No, I just want to wish you luck, and if you all come to the tournament, that would be awesome. And I know I've got a girl here that practices with me, and if she comes, last week her whole arm was black, so she just thinks that she might have, got, because they grab a hold of your wrist and pull. So we're hoping that's all it was. If she shows up, I'm going to warn you. You guys have never heard of her, but this girl can arm wrestle.
Is this
fast? So just be ready.
Is this the girl you were talking about that I said she came to Michigan State?
Yes.
Yeah, so lucky she came to Michigan State now, and now I'm sorry I don't remember her name, but I looked at the air system. I didn't end up pulling against her, but lucky you may have.
Jen Pendleton.
Jen Pendleton. Oh, maybe that wasn't the one. I don't know.
No, this was last year. She didn't come
last year.
But
okay.
I was like, no, I didn't pull against a Jen.
Nope.
There was JD, but not Jen. Okay. So last year she came. All right, got it.
Yeah. And she's an awesome puller and very quick and very explosive. And she was one that I recommended for the invitational, and she never did get an invite, and she probably would have finished in the top 6.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah. If not, I think that she could beat, I can't remember her name. Really short hair in that lower weight. She's only 154.
Really?
So it's really.
I
don't know why I can't think of her name.
Her hair was Danielle.
No, she had shorter hair than Danielle.
Oh, Court?
Yes. I think she could beat Court.
Well, that's interesting because Court has a very, very strong arm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Court did really well at Michigan. I was very happy.
She did.
How well she did at Michigan State.
She said that when she was there, she had some trouble with the referee, and that got in her head. So
Jen said that.
Yeah.
That's
so that was part of her match for the day, was letting that referee get in her head, and I could tell when I was watching it, and I was like, why did you do that? She says, well, he kept telling me to he was trying to push her fingers all the way down, and she couldn't,
We had that issue at a tournament here recently where the ref was pulling the hands down and forcing us into basically a low top roll. And I know the ladies especially, we all don't pull that way. And so it was very, very difficult when your hands are getting pulled down, like your elbows aren't getting moved, but your fingers are getting pulled down, and then you wrap in a weird spot. I kind of think all of us collectively was like, can we run this again? with a different, because they ended up changing it. Everybody agreed, yeah, you're not supposed to do that, but that was after the tournament was already over. We were like,
yeah. That's just an inexperienced ref, is what that is.
Right.
Yeah, that's interesting. We actually today I experienced some interesting setups. So everything was set up via a ref script, just probably more to save time than nothing else. But generally, going up there, and not that I can do it myself, but you go up there like this and you do the thumbs and what have you. But in this particular case, what they would do is one person, they would push down the thumb and then set the fingers while the other thumb was still up, which to me gives the other person an advantage because the hand comes more around. And then they would put the other thumb down, and I have very, very small hands, and I'm like, my thumb is completely inside the palm of Britt's hand. What the hell? And then they they actually wouldn't wrap my hand all the way around. He started it and he stopped, and he's like, I need you to close your hand. And I'm like, you're supposed to close my hand. But they did that the entire time. It was very, very different. I mean, again, I'm not going to argue about what they're doing. It was just new to me.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. So I think, it's just one of those things where, you don't want to necessarily argue with the ref, but there are questions you can ask that can trigger that comprehension thinking of just like, am I doing this right? And then maybe they can ask somebody. Because that's what I do to my students. I just ask them questions.
Ask all the questions.
If I was a parent, would I be happy or sad with what you are doing right now?
Would you be grounded for life for doing that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
So I have to ask the question just because I don't know. How long have you been arm wrestling? I'm sorry, I just don't know.
No, that's fine. A little over 2 years, but within that 2 year period, I was, out, inactive for a little while. So my very first tournament that I competed in was Lorraine's event. It was the tri-state event in Chattanooga, and very first tournament, and I made it to the semifinals, and my opponent broke her arm. And so with that being my very first tournament, match period, I immediately was a head case. And so that was even, I continued on and went to the final round, and I didn't compete left arm. I ended up just forfeiting left arm. Our friend and coach Paul Walters, thank God he was there, and he kind of went out on the outside of the bar with me, and he was like, Hannah, just don't think about it, but I don't think you should go in there and compete with your left arm. He was like, you're in your head too much. It's just too much. Didn't think I was going to have to do the final round, but Lorraine's aunt, I can't remember her name, but she and I were in the final rounds, right-handed. And at first she was going to forfeit, but then I guess maybe she took a few shots and then decided she was like, I'm good, I'm game, let's go. So then I was just freaking out because I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, oh my gosh, now she's had I don't know how many shots, and then now I'm gonna get up here and who knows what's gonna happen. But and she almost had a pin, and I caught her, but I was just too new and couldn't figure out how to come out of that defensively. And I could hear my husband and Paul Walters in the background. This bar was completely full. It was like St. Patrick's Day weekend. I mean, packed. People were standing in chairs, and all I could hear them saying in the background was, no, not that way, not that way, that's arm break, not that. So then I'm really in my head, and I'm just like, okay, whatever, I give. But so even though that was my first tournament, and that was a little over 2 years ago, after that I took some time off. I was in my head. I was still practicing with my husband and my two older kids. I have an 18-year-old and almost 19-year-old and a 17-year-old, and they love to compete as well. So we would still practice at home. And then really just from there, it kind of took me, I don't know, it was probably about a year's time before I really got back in it and started competing, and then had some family stuff come up. So it's kind of been an up and down roller coaster, but I have this year fully dedicated, super excited about it. I truly love the sport, and I've always loved sports, very competitive, and I like that it keeps me motivated, and I look forward to the next competition. And so, yeah, so I've been in it that long, but not 100% the whole time. So
awesome, very nice.
So you say you love the sport. What's like your favorite thing? What rises to the top of what you love about the sport?
About arm wrestling? Honestly, it is the community. I mean, the community of arm wrestlers. And, yeah, we can go in and know that we're up against that person, but at the same, like Shauna was saying earlier, yeah, we can have that match with Casto, but then and be nervous as all get out, but at the same time, even if we get our butt whooped, like she's gonna turn around and she's gonna be like, look, she's gonna coach us up and do things too. So even though we can be enemies for a few minutes, you know what I'm saying? Everyone has always been so helpful in, hey, here's this little tip or trick or this technique, maybe you should try this. I felt this when I gripped up with you immediately. So that's really what I love about it the most.
So with you being in it, I know that you kind of stay around like that Tennessee area, North Carolina area. Where has been like your favorite spot so far that you've been able to compete, or your favorite tournament so far?
Well, I mean, I didn't compete in the women's invitational, in the actual invitationals, but I came to that open tournament. And honestly, that was my favorite. Just the whole atmosphere, just being around everyone, getting to, see all these faces that I've watched videos over and over, so maybe I didn't get to grip up with everyone, but just being in the same room, with so many people that I've watched their videos and looked up to. And Casto ran out on us, so I didn't get to meet her that day, but we'll forgive her for that. But that was very fun. But my most favorite competition that I've competed in was Carolina Carnage last year. And I got third place right and left, but that was Merlene got first, Deb got second, and then I got third. And I'll have to give it a shout out to them. And then also, I had no clue. I knew Merlene, but I didn't know who Deb was. And so I'll never forget, like, after I got third place, I didn't know who this woman in high heels was, like, I'm like, who is this chick? Like, she is cool as crap, like coming up here looking like a 10 in these high heels and just blowing through everybody. But my buddy Ryan the Bull Bellinger, he came up to me afterwards and he was like, hey, Hannah,
What?
You don't know this? He was like, but you should not feel bad about that. He was like, do you know who she is? I'm like, I don't have a clue, dude. Like, who is she? So, and then that's when I found out, that she's been a world champ, I think 5 times, I think is what she said. Ryan said 7, but she corrected me. I think it was 5. But so I thought that was really cool.
So,
even though I lost.
So talk to us about North Carolina, because North Carolina, y'all have oh shoot, I looked up the teams and I completely forgot. You have the team with Connor, and then Carolina.
Yeah, that's my team.
Right.
Yes.
And then you have Carolina Chaos.
Yeah, and you have Mountain Mayhem, which is Redmond's team.
Right.
And oh gosh, there's a lot.
Right.
Honestly, I don't even think I know all of them.
Do you all have an Appalachian team or Mountaineers?
That's my team. We're the Mountaineer Arm Wrestling in
which you all stole our name.
Forgot Silverbacks.
Oh, that would be my husband or Connor's doing.
We're Mountaineers, not y'all.
What? We're listen.
West Virginia Mountaineers.
Well, I guess they took that name because of App State's football team, and App State, they are the Mountaineers. So I think we're Boone. So I guess that's why they took that name. Sorry, they stole it from you.
It's wrong.
Totally wrong. I will tell my husband that he has to deal with you when we come to West Virginia.
That's fine.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, so I am thankful that in North Carolina, we do have a lot of women who compete. And again, a lot of us are spread out, but it's still not that bad. There's still options, you know, and I can drive down to Winston-Salem and or even to Raleigh, and a lot of us can still, it's possible, it's doable for a bunch of us to come together and meet from all over the state. So
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah, that is nice.
Now, did you compete at Jacksonville?
I didn't go.
Yeah, I didn't get to go to that either.
No, I wanted to, but just too much stuff going on. I will say, so I mentioned Mountain Mayhem or Mayhem, I think is how you say it, but it's David Redmond's team in Asheville. So listen, his daughter, Mackenzie, I don't know if any of you have ever heard about Mackenzie, but this kid is a beast. Okay. So I saw her before I even started competing. My husband and I, we were dating, and there was an over the top match in Asheville, and my husband had a super match that day. And when the women got up there, she actually inspired me, really. She was 14, I think, then. And I remember this place being packed full and watching this kid just, I mean, power through all these women. And I'm like, this kid is my hero. Like, she is awesome. And so, her name needs to be out there because honestly, she's a beast. And I recently just gripped up with her. Gosh, it was the last match in Asheville. It was at Redmond's event. Lucky and I pulled that day too. But after pulls, Mackenzie and I got together, and let me tell you, so she's my next. She is coming after me for my number one spot in North Carolina, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous. She is strong.
Yeah, there's some good kids out there. There's no doubt about it. And I think that we need to really encourage, the young ones, especially
Yes.
the young ladies, to get out there and compete. We had one at the tournament that I was at last weekend. She's also 14. And she lost, and all the emotions took her over, and she started actually crying at the table. And of course, which is very unfortunate. But it's just something, we don't want them to walk away from that.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and that was actually like one of the questions that Lucky had given me was like, what is something you would want to see happen in the future of female arm wrestling? And to me, like my daughter is 17 and she arm wrestles. I mean, she's not as serious in the sport because she's tied up in all the other sports. But I would like to see more of us female arm wrestling passing it down to like our daughters, and so that, because you hear so many women on the podcast who are like, oh yeah, I got into the sport because of my dad. I got into the sport because of my dad. My dad was my coach. And I want to see in the future, my daughter and other daughters coming up and like, yeah, I'm in the sport because of my mom. My mom was my coach. Yeah. So they're out there. And they are some strong kids. So we'll see you in 10 years, girls.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. We got to see a lot of young ladies, like Kelly's daughter, Kim's daughter, out in Michigan State.
Yep.
And they were dominating the tables, and even some of the even younger girls as well. So there was one young lady out of Ontario that just did a meet and greet, and I was so like, I thought that was like the coolest thing that Magna had set up. I think she's 13 or 14, and she was able to be with she was listed with Corey Miller, Sarah Bachman, I think Travis was there, and she was just part of the meet and greet as one of the Canadians or female arm wrestlers that was also a champion. So
that's awesome.
Yeah. And I would like to see our young ladies get opportunities like that. Like, so hint promoters, like, we have strong girls out there that are, doing the thing. And if we can celebrate them like that and really show people that they're out there, and then it helps other people see that, oh, she's the same age as me and she's doing this. Let me go ahead and sign up.
Yeah.
Or she looks like me, or or whatever. Whatever it ends up being. So you mentioned that Mackenzie's coming after that number one spot. I know Leeser is biting at a chomp for a rematch as well. So how are you handling just being number one? Is you're gonna be up there and you got all these people climbing the hill trying to take a piece.
Well, so I am in the gym and pushing myself more than I have ever pushed myself before. I grew up, I've always been competitive ever since I could play sports, and have always been, I love heavy lifting. I love being in the gym. I really do. A lot of times it's hard to get me motivated to get there. But this is knowing that I am in that number one spot, knowing that I've got, other people coming after me, and then, but also knowing I've got Casto in October. I'm like, I can't lose. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta work on this. But anyway, I'm really just working hard. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. She's not gonna make it easy for you, is what I'm hearing her say. She's working hard.
Didn't expect it. And Hannah, I don't know about you, and Christina, I know this doesn't really apply to you, but I think, for me, I appreciate that you accepted a super match. I mean, even though you've beat me before, but it's one of these things that I think, especially now, being a woman. Danielle actually asked me the question and said to me, "Do you not feel like you're, somebody in the arm wrestling world?" And I said, "Not yet. I really don't." I feel like for some of us, like newbies, there's pressure to find that win, that match that's going to start pushing you, especially those through and up the ranks, and it's hard to find those.
Right. That's why
anything I can do to help a fellow puller.
That's why Casto's goaded.
Yes.
But don't tell her I said that, because I don't want her to think we're friends or anything like that.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so you're in the gym. What does training look like for you?
Well, it's really sweaty. I'll say that for sure. Really, I do. I do a full body workout too. I mean, it's not just arms and arm related stuff. I really need to do more table time for sure. But a lot of it is just I like to do heavy weights. I really do push myself, and so. But I've been working a lot on like Devin Lara said, like the static holds and stuff too, because really the tournaments, like with Deb and then like with Lorraine's aunt, and still I'm still learning a lot of technique. So I'm letting you know, Casto, I'm still kind of learning. But anyway, when both times in both of those competitions, like they almost had me pinned, but I caught them and was holding them. And so, I feel like I'm strong there, but I still want to get stronger in that to where, listen, you might have me there, but I'm gonna pull out of that real quick. I'm gonna pull out of it somehow. I got to figure that out. But anyway, yeah, I'm pretty. I hit the gym pretty hard. I will say that. Yeah.
Really good.
But it's cables, it's dumbbells, kettlebells, resistance bands, anything. Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, no, it sounds like you're doing all the right things, homie.
Oh, I'm trying to, girl.
Getting strong. And I know you're
You know,
gonna.
but here's the thing. So whenever it is not a fun thing for people to know that I was in a competition where someone broke their arm, you know, because that's nothing to brag about. It was not a cool moment at all. Like it was devastating. But my kids, where they were in high school at the time, you know, they're going around like, my mom broke this girl's arm. My mom's so cool. I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, it's not cool. But, you know, all these high school kids, like, they'll see me in the gym and they're like, that's that girl that broke that girl's arm. Like, you know, and I'm like, yeah, don't mess with me. You know, I'm over there on the cables like some of those football boys, but I'm trying to do it, you know, to like motivate them. Like, you need to put some more weights on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are not working hard enough. But
just walk over and lift it up with one hand and be like, bruh,
yeah,
what is this?
Yeah, I may even growl at some of them one day. I plan on it. I just like to have fun with them, but yeah, I don't know. I am that crazy chick in there who's like
I used to work in a high school, and I used to work in a high school, and I had several of the boys challenge me, and I'm like, they were at one point. I had this one kid. He kept all year long bothering me, and it was like either this last day of school or second to the last day of school. I said, "Sit your ass down, boy. The lunch lady's gonna take you to school," and I did. He was mad.
Yeah.
That's
So,
hilarious.
my daughter has some videos of in class, some of the football boys like asking her, they're like, well, let's see what you got. Well, and it was one of the days she had to dress out for one of the sports. Maybe it was a volleyball game. So she's kind of, you know, in her skirt and all this stuff. And it is the coolest video because she just like flash pins that guy. I think he's the quarterback of the high school, the varsity team this year. And she like flash pins him and gets up, like owns it and walks through the classroom. It is the best video ever. Like super proud mom moment. Oh yeah,
that's awesome. I tell my students they need to send me a letter from their parents saying that they will not sue me if they get hurt, and that's the only way I will arm wrestle them. So like, yeah, nope, not taking on that liability. Who do you look up to in the sport? So when you're like looking for that motivation for that gym, or when you're just like, yes, I want to pull like them one day. Who you looking
Gabby.
at?
Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, I'm a super fan of Gabby. Yeah. And then of course I love to I watch a ton of like Devin's videos and a lot of his static holds and all those things. And you know, I watch a lot of Matt Mask's videos and stuff like that. But Gabby is, as far as female arm wrestlers, that her power, just everything is, yeah. I kind of have a like female crush on her, like in women's arm wrestling for that, you know. I'm like, God, she is so awesome.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think she was on an episode not too long ago, and I mean, just her story, her passion, watching her videos, watching her matches, like it just makes me happy to that, you know, like I'll never be on her level, but I'm just like, hey, I do what she does, and I'm cool. Like that's so cool. So I just do it a lot worser than she does.
Worser?
Oh gosh,
that's funny.
All right, so as far as the Jessie question, because I told Jessie we were gonna call this question the Jessie from now on because she's the one that gave it to me, so she will be forever part of the show. And you kind of touched on this a little bit, But where do you see arm wrestling going in the next 5 to 10 years, like as a whole?
I mean, honestly, I feel like the sport is like right on the brink of like explosion, and it's definitely going to be more popular, and really the women in arm wrestling is going to be more popular. I know just in our, I don't know, local area, it's people know more about it, now, and there's even people in my hometown, different places, like, when are you guys gonna throw an event? Like, when are you gonna do this? So I really think with, even though I'm not on social media, anything like that, but with social media and all the ways to get out the news and the word about arm wrestling, and then like the pay-per-view events, all that, pretty much what everybody else says is it's really getting ready to explode, I think. And again, I think it would be great for the Olympics to pick up, so
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree with you, Hannah. I think that even in the 2 short years that I've been doing this, it seems like when I first started, it was really hard to find tournaments. And being in Wisconsin, I feel like we're pretty lucky. I mean, I think we have 10 or 12 tournaments a year now. Mind you, they're not,
wow.
some of them are not very big, but I mean, they're there. Lee's very active for Wisconsin, but now I'm starting to see the numbers go up, in men, and not only men, but women's off and on. But I think overall, doing things like this and just the more communication that we get out there, I didn't even know arm wrestling was really still a thing 2 years ago when I started. And now I'm like, I talk to people and they're like, oh, this is what you do? You can do that? I can sign up? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like, come down, we can do what have you. So I think if we continue to do things like that, we communicate, you talk, you get the children's interest and things like that. I think you'll definitely see an explosion in the sport. I hope. Anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so. But as far as the Olympic Committee, you have to go through the first round of committees, and I can't remember what it's called. Leonard messaged me that earlier today. But as far as that's concerned, they don't even want to see. It's been brought up in front of the Olympic Committee so many times, and they're just not interested. They consider it a more like a barroom sport, so they're not. Yeah, they don't even look at it.
But they have breakdancing. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, my point exactly, Shauna.
Well, this was the last year for the breakdancing.
Thank God.
But that's
with arm wrestling.
The thing that kills me the most, like, even when people find out that I arm wrestle, or that my family arm wrestles, they're like, what is that? Even that's a sport? And I'm like, yeah, like, it's a big thing. A lot of people just laugh, like they'll laugh it off, and I'm like, no, I'm not talking about the cafeteria table, lunchroom arm wrestling in school every day. Like, it's a legit competition. It's nationally, international, it's huge. And it kills me that everybody thinks that, oh, it's just this bar competition, it's just this competition at a bar. A lot of them got started in the bars, and it's not, I don't know. I get so frustrated with that too. It's not just a bar sport. Like, it really is a true sport. And I will say this, in all the sports I've competed in, and I used to throw shot put and discus, I played football, like all these things, all arm wrestling is the most painful sport that I have ever competed in all my years. And the recovery time and all, man, it's tough. It is tough.
Yeah.
So
you did football, you've done track and field, and what other sports have you?
Softball. Let's see. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm forgetting something. I don't know, but track and field, I also did like junior Olympics. And I honestly, and I played basketball too. So I would just go from sport to sport. Junior Olympics was in the summertime, and I had to travel like an hour and a half to practice every day. And, you know, I would work, then drive an hour and a half to practice every day for track practice. And then, you know, I placed in the nationals. I made it 2 nationals and placed like top 20, I think it was, but still, I mean, it was an accomplishment, but I, you know, still all, and then I also coached track and field too, the shot put and discus, but still, even in all those things and all the weightlifting and stuff that I did in football and pushing the sleds and all of the stuff that we did, honestly, like the bone pain and the tendon pain, all the stuff with arm wrestling, I was like, what just happened? Mm-hmm. Feels like demons in my body attacking me or something. I don't know what in the world.
Amen.
Which sport do you think prepared you the best for arm wrestling?
Shot put.
Okay.
But I do have to, but I was a lineman I played football from 4th grade all the way through high school. And so, and I was a lineman. And so really a lot of that too, like pushing the sleds, and especially when I moved up into high school, and you learn hitting techniques a little different than what you did in elementary school. So in the higher grade levels, pushing those sleds, it's like arm extensions and pushing. So that was a lot, but still I'd have to say the technique and the training and workouts and stuff related to shot put was really tied to arm wrestling in a lot of ways.
Nice. Very cool. I'm trying to think. Growing up, did you have like really fun, like, did you guys go to state ever, like with football or with track and field?
Now track, I made it to states and qualified every year that I was in high school, but
very cool,
very awesome.
And that was in discus and shot put, but our team sports weren't.
Gotcha. They weren't there yet.
Yeah, maybe some of them had ate too many beans and taters, and maybe we're a little lazy. So,
Gotcha. So wasn't that? I bet that was probably frustrating for you then, being so competitive and not having the team around you to be like. And now you have a sport where it like literally relies on you, and you don't have to worry about other people not pulling their weight. Because
and that's kind of how track.
And other people don't pull their weight because you can just win.
Yeah, and discus and shot put was a lot like that, but still,
gotcha.
Still a team sport. And I still kind of look at arm wrestling that way too, because I still represent my team. You know, it's not team points or anything, but I still look at it as, yeah, it's individual, but I still am there to represent my team, and you know.
That's fair. Very cool. When you leads us into what has been your favorite match so far?
That would have to be, looking back, I really think it was my match with Deb. And again, it was, and I think it was, and I also enjoyed my match with Leanne at the women's open tournament, even though she flash pinned me really fast. But if you remember, Lucky, I think you were still there whenever my son come running up on the stage. So you know, when they gave the ready go, my son was super proud. My 4-year-old was super proud of his mom, who was competing on the stage. So he comes running up and he's like, "Go, mommy!" and like wraps his arms around me. And
I remember that.
Yeah, so it was like I felt like, just remembering from what I felt like, I had a good setup. Everything was great. And then it was like one of the refs like calls the match because he sees my son, like embracing his whole body around me. And oh my gosh, and my buddy Tim, he's like, what's going on? I'm like, what? that was fun. I feel like if my sweet little boy wouldn't have been, so excited and supportive of his mom, I feel like that setup and that first try with Leanne would have been, possibly my favorite. But Deb's match was definitely my favorite, and especially later to find out, like, oh my god, like I could have possibly won, like doing a couple changes, but it was my favorite match.
David Redmond says hello.
Hey Redmond, I've already given a shout out to my girl Mackenzie. Watch out.
Yeah, North America. Once that girl hops out of North Carolina, y'all better be ready, because y'all ain't ready for the Mackenzie Redmond storm that is going to take place.
She's crazy. She's crazy good.
Woo.
I was hurting so bad. After that after pull. Redmond, go ahead and tell her I was in pain.
No, that right hand is just insane. Her speed and like I want to see her against people like Leanne and Danielle. And
absolutely. I really think she's really top level. I don't know what number, but she's in that weight class. She's definitely up there for sure.
I have no interest in pulling. I'm just like, she good, we good. Mackenzie takes it, we're good. Now left hand, give me that left. But that right hand, nope, that's her all day. So, the next event for you is possibly West Virginia, correct?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think we have anything next weekend, but I know that I had looked at that on the calendar, and I've had it written down for a while that I would like to go there. So we will see. We'll see what happens.
So if you don't make it there,
I'd love to have you.
Go to the Best Virginia and head over to the VAL, which is the next weekend.
Yeah, so I saw that as well. I would like to get to one of those for sure. Yeah, but if not, then the only one that I know of for sure is, October 5th with the one and only Casto. So,
woo!
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. Yeah, I'm very excited. I'm very, just for me putting, being part of the team that's putting this event on, like, it's super excited to have a match between the two of you. Just added to the card. It adds another level to the promotion. So just thank you to both of you for being willing to showcase yourselves on that platform and in this event. I'm super excited about it. Like, I truly am. We still have 4 spots available. So ladies, if you're watching, grab a competitor and do a super match. It'll be super fun. Shauna and Brittany can do it from their home. It'll be great.
We thought about it.
I was gonna say, are you competing, Shauna?
For Lucky Sing right now, no. I had talked to Danielle about it, but she may have something else in the making, or maybe doing an Arnold's qualifier somewhere. We've not. We talked about it briefly, and now that she beat me today, I don't know. I just may have to just to.
I was gonna say this would be the perfect right hand rematch for you.
Yeah, like I said, I've learned you don't. So next week will be. I'm just in it for punishment, I think, this month. So I pulled, last week a tournament and 2 super matches. Then this week they have Christina next week, and then I have my first strong woman competition the week after that with another arm wrestling match. And I'm like, okay, that's done for a bit because I'm gonna be spent.
Yeah.
Y'all, you gotta do
I'd say.
You need to do every night this week, babe. Like, some of the zones get those Kendon's ready.
Yeah, I mean, though, like you try to get them in when you can get them in. Though it's hard with like working, especially like, and you guys are busy too, but especially for me. I mean, for my work, I'm pretty much flying all over the U.S. If you don't know, pretty much every week doing the things. I got lucky to come to West Virginia. I'm in Kansas City right now. We're flying out tomorrow morning just for me to fly back to Kansas City on Tuesday for work, and then I'm coming straight to
Oh, wow.
Pittsburgh Friday night to drive down to Parkersburg and then pull. So, yeah, hopefully all that works out.
Yeah.
So you better give her one win. That's all.
You better not give me nothing.
No, but oh my god, no, but I will say though, after hearing all that, when you get a pin on Casto next week, I'm gonna be like, that's my girl. She didn't. Y'all don't even know what she went through to get here, and she just.
I'm not gonna lie. If I get a pin,
and
and y'all know how crazy I am, like I'll probably lose my flipping mind and forget where I'm at. So just be prepared.
I'm gonna be like Hannah's kid and just run up behind you and throw my hands around your waist. Like, I'm so proud of you.
It's gonna be a very an interesting event for me all around. So my parents are older, and this will be the first time ever that they've seen me arm wrestle live. So they're diving up for it, which is I think is super cool. Both my parents, unfortunately, have had some major health issues, and so this kind of worked out because I'm going to go home and help them out too. So hopefully they're able to make it. But my mom is like so elated. She's like. So they live, so the match is in Parkersburg. They live about an hour from that. And she's like, we're just going to drive up the night before and get a hotel. And I'm like, you live an hour away. Well, no, we just don't want to miss it. I'm like, but you live an hour away. That's how excited they are. So just like, that's fun. Like, that's special to me. Parents are excited.
That's
so
awesome. That's beautiful. I love it. I'm really happy for you in that aspect, and that'll be really cool for them to see their daughter in their element.
Yeah, it's fun. I mean, I mostly played high school softball, and college softball pretty much paid for my college, but a lot of it anyways. But they haven't seen me play any type of sport in 25 years. So yeah, so it's pretty cool.
That is cool. Awesome.
Shauna, what got you into arm wrestling? I don't know that I've heard that before.
Brett just laughed at her. I just so I mean, the all out honesty. We were sitting at a bar one night, and a drunk guy walked in, and he was chatting about arm wrestling, and Britt kind of turned around and was like, that's not a thing, you're dumb. And he's like, no, he's like, really? He's like, you see all those medals that are hanging up? And we have been going to this bar for a long time, so they're hanging up on animals and all that, like stuff and all these medals. And he's like, that I've won all those. I just give them to the bar because I have 1,500 of them. And I'm like, yeah, right, guy. And so he leaves, and the next week he comes back and tells us the same thing. He's like, you need to come to my house, you need to come to my practices. And I'm like, fine, I will. And I go, and the rest is history. I got hooked right away and started doing it. And I started working with Danielle. That's how I met Danielle. And about a year later, then Brent jumped in because she saw that and I think I love the sport so much because it is so much more a you sport instead of a team sport. So if I screw up, well, I can't blame somebody else. I get to blame me for the most part. So then now Britt, this is so great for me. Now she's actually fallen in love with it. So it's great to have someone to beat up on at home. In time, but but that's how we got into it. Like I said, we love it. We're addicted.
Good. Yeah, I beat my son. He was 16 at the time, and he had been practicing around with us. Well, so I beat him one time, but still I beat him. And let me tell you, that motivated him so much after that. Honestly, the kid he was totally different in, I'll say, just a month's time. Really, because he hit the weight room and he started arm wrestling at the high school in the cafeteria every single day. And like, so the next time I grouped up with him, it was like, yeah, not happening. Like, but I'm like, I'm so glad I motivated you. That's what you needed.
That's amazing. I love that.
Awesome. So, Hannah, you're 2
Well,
years.
ladies, I'm going to have to go. I've got a lot of stuff to get done.
Bye, Casto.
Bye, Casto.
See you, Christina. See you Saturday.
We'll see ya. Bye, girls.
Bye-bye.
It'll take her 18 minutes to figure out how
I don't know
to
if I can get off of here.
I can't laugh. I'm terrible with technology.
Me too.
It's embarrassing.
Oh, I can laugh because it's Casto. So 2 years in, you're making waves. Already hopped on the North Carolina rankings as #1, right and left. So that's amazing. So what's like the next stepping stone that you're like, ooh, if I could do this, I would feel like the next hurdle is overcome. Besides,
well, I mean, I definitely want to start focusing more on national ranking stuff. But really, I was thinking about that today, and I thought, what exactly would be my next like big moment thing? And I love Merlene, but I would love to be able to be at that level to beat Merlene one day. And that's a long way. That's a lot of work. May not be possible. But that it's kind of, that's a big thing that, I would like to do. And she is super fast. I'll never forget, like at Carolina Carnage last year, like being on the table across from her and like we're gripped up and it was like I didn't even feel her hand, and then it was like ready to go, and she hit me so fast. I was like, what just happened? Like, did I even blink? Like, I'm not even sure. Like, is it over? Like, did we even start? What happened? But really, even afterwards, her and she and Deb both really just were super helpful. With trying, teaching me a lot of things, talking through technique and different things like that, or like, hey, I felt this, so but I really would like to accomplish that one day. That's a big wish.
oh, that's definitely a fair. I have my person in the back that I'm just like, all right, we're like this right now, and if I get here, that would mean a lot that would mean a lot of my hard work is going a long way. So yeah. I get that, and that's okay. And I feel like, especially as us female arm wrestlers, we need to be told a lot that that's okay. Because we see the guys, and some people love it, some people hate it. The trash talking, the dogging each other, the goofing around. You're I'm gonna take my arm. I'm gonna take your arm with you, with me, or whatnot. And so, I'm not saying that we need to take it to that level necessarily. Just trying to bring our opponent down, but at the same time, like it's okay to be confident in yourself to say like, one day this is my goal, and it's truly a compliment to them too. Because you recognize that they are somewhere where you want to be, and their hard work has gotten them. So I think that's one big thing that I would like in female arm wrestling to kind of like for us to kind of change that narrative of like, oh, if you say you're gonna take on so and so, then you're calling her out or being mean or doing whatever, and it's just like that's not what it is at all. So. Yeah. But sometimes it is fun to trash talk.
Yeah. I am one of the. I won't do it to anyone that I don't know or any.
Right.
But I am that person who normally, I trash talk all the time, just in general conversation. I mean, but it's all just jokes and whatever. But, even, and I never really trash talk other than when I was in football, but I was the female against all the guys, and some of them were really nasty with what they said. So I wasn't going to stand there and just not say anything. But, I don't.
So were you the only girl on the football team?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They made you the linebacker? They didn't even make you the kicker? That's so bad.
No, in high school, I was defensive linebacker my sophomore year.
Right.
And then my junior year was when I started. I mean, really at that level, even though I'd done the same workouts as the guys, really pushed myself pretty hard. Really, between the junior and senior year, like there was a big difference in strength. Just, I mean, it was like the guys were just on a whole nother level, and I couldn't, I couldn't hold my own. There was difference. I was, and people may think bad of me for saying what I'm about to say, but like there's in arm wrestling still, I can grip up, women and men can grip up with each other, and girls can beat the guys, different things, but there's still that difference of strength, and like you can't compare. And I really saw that in that sport, and in that one year, that one summer change. It was like I come back and I'm like, holy cow, I used to be able to walk all over them, push them all over this field, and now I can't. I mean, it was totally different. And so my senior year, I was really just on special teams, and not really first string or anything like that, and it was okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. So when you look at like other female arm wrestlers that are either coming in, you have a daughter that's getting up, and we're very excited. We hope that we know she's busy with other sports, but when she buckles down, I know she's gonna be a force to reckon with, because I know her mama. And she'll be on the podcast here in a few short years saying, "My mom, #1 in North Carolina." Or you might be #2, and she might be #1 at that point.
I'm not going to give it to her. She got some work to do. How about that? We'll see. She's strong, but she's got some work to do.
Fair enough. If she came to you and was just like, "All right, Mom, I'm ready to take this serious," what would be something that you would just tell her is like your one piece of advice?
Technique. And and it's something that I have to tell myself a lot of times too, is there's so much more that I've got to learn, and there's but technique is so huge in this sport, and you can't just go in there, and you can be strong, but you can go up against someone who's a lot smaller than you, and if they know technique and you don't, yeah, you're not going to win. that's just how it is. Yeah.
Very cool. That's great advice.
I mean, that wasn't really motivational, but
no, but I wouldn't say no, but it was definitely practical, and that's what
I'm just real. Yeah, like technique is huge. And again, and another thing I always say, like, no pain, no gain, and I have to tell myself that same thing. No pain, no gain. Sometimes I push it too far. Can't even hardly walk the next day.
No, I would love to go to the gym with you. We should do that.
Okay, girl. We'll have to listen. We'll have to, if Danny will let us come back over to his gym, then maybe we can go over and
Oh, he's in the chat. You know right now he's typing in all caps. Come on, let's go.
Okay. Eddie, we're gonna go over there and we're gonna show you how to work out, buddy.
For real. Ooh, he might cry though, but that would be worth it though.
Yeah, we're gonna make him cry. We tell him he can't hang with us. He can't hang. I will talk trash to him because I know he can take it.
Danny's so nice though. There are plenty of other guys on that team that I'm gonna talk so much trash to, but Danny, my man, he's literally Dan the man. I'll let you talk trash to him though.
Yeah, oh, I will. I'm coming for you, Dan.
Right? It doesn't mean it. It's okay. You're doing great, buddy. He said, "Sounds good." All right, so what's up, Paul? Just to recap, next Saturday, like Dan, check out the comments. We have West Virginia State, in Parkersville on September 17th. I believe the tournament starts at 1. And then ladies are free right and left, which is awesome. The poster just says right hand only, but I bullied Casto and she added a left. So yay. There's a left.
Casto, bless her.
Yes.
No, she's fine. She should have added the left from the get-go. She's talking about anyway. And then the very next week we have VAL. That is also an Arnold qualifier. So top 3 in both categories get the Arnold qualifications for that sucker, which is awesome. And if you can't make it to that one, you can come out to the 9th. That is also an Arnold qualifier. And then again, top 3. The weight classes on that is to be determined. However, I know from the Knuckles Up guys that they do have 2 separate weight classes. So depending on your individual weight, that's the class that you would qualify for, either 154 or 155. Same with our qualifier for the super match event. I'm pretty sure all of our matches, the ladies that are pulling in them, there are no open weight matches right now. So all the matches are either 155 plus or 0 to 154. And so then whoever qualifies wins that match would qualify for that hand and weight class for the Arnold in March. So I'm super excited for that. But that's why I'm going to the VAL, because I do not currently have a super match for the On the Rise event, because life be crazy, yo. You just don't know what's going on sometimes. But we are accepting, I think it's like another weeks. So it should be, the cutoff is September 27th, I believe. Don't quote me. But I believe it's like the last week of September. That way we can send out liability forms to everybody, get those signed and mailed back or scanned back, and have those on file. So again, lucky don't get sued, because I'm a teacher. I ain't got money or time for that to get sued because you decided to get hurt on an arm wrestling table because you don't know how you're doing. No, just playing. People get hurt all the time. I got hurt. It was not fun. I didn't break my arm though, so knock on wood, that never happens. But yeah, so Shauna, real quick, next event other than West Virginia, what you up to?
After West Virginia State, I'm going to it's
craziness. But
I know, just craziness. I got the Strong Woman, but the day after Strong Woman, and I don't know why I'm doing this, because I'm probably gonna Strong Woman may kill me. The day after, I have a tournament in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. It's sometimes it turns out really large, sometimes it doesn't. And then after that, right now, I don't have anything on the schedule besides deciding whether I will turn up to the San Diego tournament for the World Series of Arm Wrestling final.
Perfect. And then tell me about your Wisconsin thing at the end of the year, because I know you're going between that and Lorraine's event.
Yeah, it's always hard. I want to support both, but you can't be in 2 spots. And so for Wisconsin, I try to go to some of Lee's events, and they're smaller, and we're some of these events where I think it's just going to be Britt and I. We're not going because we can do that at home, which sucks for Lee, but This is our like end of year. It is small, but that one's hard. So I've not made a decision with that yet. So we'll see what happens.
Gotcha. I just figured we could get some publicity out for the Wisconsin people. Very cool. And then Hannah, West Virginia, VAO, we're still tossing up those two things. Have you and Mackenzie put a date down yet, or y'all just waiting to see Casto?
No, when we were talking, at Redmond's last tournament, I mentioned to her, that I've got that event with Casto, and she was very, very understanding of like, no, look, I get that if you're wanting to work towards that, I'm happy to do whatever. But she was very kind and considerate, knowing that I really, really want to focus on beating the Christina Casto. And so we also talked about maybe meeting up in November, maybe. And so we're just going to stay in touch and just kind of see where to go from there. But
so be on the lookout for that, folks. And then
yes.
You got any desires or wants or dreams to go to the race thing in December?
Yeah, so I don't know about that event. I heard you talking about that on the last podcast. And so what are those details? I was trying to look and I don't think I saw those anywhere. I mean, again, I'm not on social media, but I was trying to look at.
I got you. I'll send you the stuff. So what it is he's doing the Great American Bash. So he has 32 spots for right hand and left hand, and then he's doing 2 classes for women, 154s and then 155 plus.
Okay.
It's $100 entry for the women. He's paying out the top 4 spots.
Okay.
So any money that he gets in will get divvied out to the top 4 ladies.
Okay.
And so because he didn't want to promise a huge pot just because he had a hard time, and that's nothing against him. I'm not saying he had a hard time. The event had a hard time pulling in invitational women, and so just because it's hard to get ladies to show up in one spot at one time. Yeah. And so I have no qualms with the way that he's decided to put together the pot and the winners and all that, because he can't guarantee that 32 women for each class are going to show up.
Yeah.
So, and then he's adjusting it for the guys too if he doesn't get enough guys in each class as well. So,
do you know where is it going to be? Do you know?
Loudon High School in Tennessee.
Where?
Loudon High School in Tennessee, or yes, it's Loudon, or is it the London one?
Loudon. Okay. Loudon. It was December 7th.
December 7th is when he said he was going to have women pool. He said if it got big, he'd do the 7th and 8th, like one on one and one on the other. But it's not looking like it's going to get big.
Okay. Well, and sometimes too, and
he's on snow. True. When we get closer, it might change. Women might be like, "Oh, let's go ahead and do this now."
Right.
Kind of.
So lucky to be there, for sure. I'm paid and locked and loaded. #Tubi. Already give me season 2 for Locked and Loaded, because I'm tired of tweeting you guys and you guys not answering my tweets. Are they called tweets? Even though they changed Twitter to like X, are they still called tweets?
I don't know.
I'm gonna ask Google when we get off the podcast. What is the X feature now called? Now that I've sent you X messages. Oh, that's a cool name. I'm gonna call it that. I don't even care what they're called now. I'm gonna call them X messages.
Careful, people may take that the wrong way.
Oh, do I care though?
She's like, oh.
That's the other question.
No, I need to start caring. Summer Lucky has got to tone it down a little bit, because Teacher Lucky is going to take over here this week. Students roll into the building on Wednesday, and I'm just like, I need to stop doing this. I need to stop doing this. I need to get it together, because I love the arm wrestling community. Y'all are not conducive to me how I should be behaving in a classroom.
That's not true.
I can't just go yell at the kids and put them in a rough script. I will say though, Hannah, close your ears. My favorite part of East versus West was seeing Devin change everything about what happened with Artem the minute he saw Jody was in peril. That was my favorite part of East versus West, hands down. So
I'll have to watch it.
yeah, I'll have to go back and check it out. It was cool. I can't watch the replay. I can't watch the replay. I think until tomorrow.
Well, can you at least tell me who won in Ryan's match? Ryan the Bull Bellinger. Did he win? Yes! Yay! 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 Yay!
Not only did he win, he dominated.
All right. All right.
He walked away 3-0, I believe. And I won't give any more spoilers. That's the very first match. So I'm not going to. Well, actually, if you don't want spoilers, go away because I'm going to answer people's questions. I don't care. And then rewatch this when you watch it. I will say, so as a podcast, for all the votes that came in, we ended up going 8-8 for our predictions. So that was really cool. Individually, we had one person who got 10 correct and 6 incorrect in their guesses. And then we had 2 tied for second with 9 and 7. 2 tie for third with 8 and 8, and then 2 tie for fourth with 7 and 9 correct, or 7 correct and 8 incorrect predictions. So, for female arm wrestlers, I think we did pretty daggone good.
That's pretty good.
I was proud of me and my co-hosts for knocking that out. So, thank you, ladies, those of you who participated. Stephanie, Amanda, Holly, Christina, Merlene, and Scarlett. So, good job, ladies. Proud of y'all. But yeah. And then what I thought was kind of also really funny was the 4 matches that we all agreed that on a winner. It was like literally 7 of us said one person and nobody said the other. Only one of those 12 people won. The other 3 all lost. Like that, nabbit. So, and there was a couple that we were tied on that because we had a later entry, it went from 3-3 to 3-4, and all of the 3-4s, the 4 made us lose the prediction.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Rude. Except for, hang on. Was it 1 that was? Except for one. And that was the last match. So, good job to the last match. So, yeah. So, I think everybody's left. Any other matches you all want to know about real quick? Because I think everybody left.
What about Bajan?
He is 0-3. And he was the one that we all picked to win.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was shook.
Wow.
It was left. And I was like, bruh, poor guy. But he hopped back on the mic a couple matches later and he did his Bajans. He did his Bajan stuff. So I don't think he was too torn up about it. And plus, like, Corey Westman is a fool.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I'm having trouble hearing.
Big and ready to go.
Is it just me, or am I just seeing your lips moving and I can barely hear you?
I think the internet's going in and out. Just
Oh, okay. It was like.
All right. Well, all right. One more. So I don't get canceled.
If I don't get canceled.
Oh gosh. Are you asking for one more? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'll tell you one more if you have somebody.
Gosh, I was trying to remember who else. You put me on the spot. Now I can't.
Ryan won. Corey West won. Matt won. Matt Mask. So I know that was.
Did he?
Yeah, that was somebody that you mentioned earlier.
I want one of his shirts that's got, you know, like his handprint on there where like his crooked fingers. Have you seen that shirt? It's really cool.
I have, yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention one thing, Lucky, when we were talking about like what does my workouts look like. So at my work, there some of one of our maintenance men, he's a huge arm wrestling fan, but he won't get into arm wrestling because he like his wife is a stay-at-home mom and he's terrified of like if he was to get hurt, then you know they would be without an income. But anyway, so he made this super cool um it's so he got like a PVC pipe and tied a rope to it, and at the bottom of it he tied like a T-post driver to it. Have I don't know, a T-post driver is like a big metal, like, you know, tool that they use to drive posts to build fence, and it's pretty heavy. And so we walk up on the staircase in the maintenance shed, and you stand up there and you use that PVC pipe to roll that T-post driver all the way up, and then you roll it all the way back down. So that's another thing that we've been doing. So it's like constantly like this, and then you're rolling it back down. And holy cow, you want to talk about burning. Woo! It is a really good trick though, because then also that weight is just like swinging. So it's really affecting everything. So that's really cool. So that might be one of my hush hush secret items, you know. I don't think I've ever seen
everybody.
I don't think I've ever seen anything homemade or in Devin's, you know, workout room exactly like that. But anyway, it was really cool. So
that's awesome.
I meant to mention
Mike has that in his shop, and we go out and do that when I go down there. And I hate it.
I could barely hear. Sorry.
Oh, I said Mike has that in his shop, and I hate it because there's spiders.
Ew, yeah.
No, would not do that.
I would be dropping that on the spiders really quick.
No, that's not really why I hate it. I don't like it because it's hard. Let me not try to throw Mike under the bus.
No, it's tough. That one day they're like, I went over there to get a drink out of the drink machine, and they're like, Hannah, get over here. You've got to try this. I'm like, whoa, that is insane.
That's awesome.
What the heck? For $10 extra, they put a spring in the T-post driver so you can snap your arm. That doesn't seem safe, Andrew. Anyway. I don't know if that is a contractor for what? I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why I'm
Maybe he has to build construction fence around, like, is he using a T-post driver? I didn't hear what you said.
Are you using a T-post driver? I don't know. He said for extra 10, they put a spring in the T-post driver so you can snap your arms and hire a contractor.
Oh, okay. So he's talking about like holding the T-post driver, put the spring in it, and you. Is that what I'm understanding?
Maybe. To drive the. Yep, that's what you're understanding because he said to drive.
It's red.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi.
Hey, Stephanie.
Captain Obvious. Not you, actual Captain Obvious.
Oh.
Hi, Steph.
I just got done with the competition, and then I dropped my son off, and then I came home to pick up my daughter so we could go get some food. And I never shared with you guys, but on July 1st, I started a diet that, did I tell you that I started a diet from that Dave Depew emailed me? And I stuck to it the whole time until yesterday after weigh-ins, and he told me I could have something else to eat. And so he's like, Friday and Saturday you can have whatever you want, but get back to it on Sunday. So I'm like all in a hurry. But since I started on July 1st, and I lost 18 pounds, which is unbelievable. I can't believe it, but I'm putting the work in. And I'm
Love
doing
that.
very, very light swimming cardio in between my strongman training sessions. And the results are amazing. Like my whole body feels better and everything feels great. But the strongman was so hard. Oh my God, I thought it was going to be super easy. And then it just kicked my butt. But it was very fun. Very fun. And
congratulations. If y'all missed it in
yeah,
the chat, she got 3rd today. So
yes.
congratulations.
Good job. Yay.
And yes, and there was 5 ladies and it was the masters, but I barely squeaked in that 3rd place. but it was worth it. And next weekend is the Anaheim Fit Expo, and Camille is flying in, and it's going to be me and all the kids and Camille, and we're going up to the Fit Expo. She's only pulling right, and I want to. When I was doing my deadlift today, my old arm wrestling pec injury was flared up, and I was like, oh my God, I didn't go as heavy as I wanted to because I was worried. So I'll have to see how I feel next weekend. If Camille only pulls right and I only pull left, then we don't even get to pull each other, but we'll see. The fun of being in strength sports and having injuries, overcoming them, pushing through them, and then knowing when to not push any further. Right? You probably understand that, Shauna, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm about to find out. So I do my first strongman competition in 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah.
By a little, I mean a lot. I'm the only master that signed up, but I don't know how they're gonna work that. But it's, I've only been training for 2 months because Danielle, kind of talked me into this, but also inspired me to do it. And here she is, like a whole, 150 pounds, like kicking my rear end.
Yeah.
And
is she your coach?
Yeah, she's really been helping me through a lot of this stuff.
Oh my God, you are so lucky.
It's just crazy though, like what I've accomplished or what I feel like I've accomplished in just 2 months time, 2.5, and I can't get to the gym every day, but it's just insane because I remember just starting deadlift and being like, you want me to lift 185 pounds? Like, are you insane? And, and I'm like, I can't lift that. And I couldn't. And now I just missed 294. So
well, the girl I was going up against, like, her last attempt was gonna be 455, and I had to take my last attempt before her, so I couldn't wait to see if she got it or not. And the guy, my coach, and the other guy who was helping with the numbers and strategy, they both talked me into doing 435. So the other girl got to win, and the 435 flew up. And so I could have done it, but I really felt like it was her day, and I was really glad that it got to be her day. That was when my pec injury was hurting. So we had to balance that into me being able to do the very last event, which was like carries, which was way harder than I thought. So I don't know. This is probably boring Hannah because she doesn't do this.
No, but I love it. I love it. My husband used to do all of that. And again, I've always loved heavy lifting, and I've just never competed in any of that. But I love it. Absolutely, yeah.
And then I showed my coach a video of Danielle when she's doing that circus dumbbell on the side like that. And he looked at it and he's like, you're going to have a lot of mobility and all these things that I don't have. And I was like, okay, maybe later. And I was always joking because Dave Depew is this big, huge muscle guy. And he told me one time that he's like certified for yoga. And I always joke that he's going to do a yoga class for us at the powerlifting gym. But he's never going to do it. I was like, well, maybe if he does yoga, then I can get more flexible and do that. But I don't know. Like, once you get older and everything's tight, the best thing I can do is just get in the pool and try to stretch it out.
Mm-hmm.
But where did Lucky go?
She's been having internet issues.
Is there a storm over there?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, the restaurant closes at 9, and I gotta have my last cheat meal. And I got my little daughter here, but she doesn't want to say anything, or they're waving to you. Say hi, Xana. She's so grouchy.
She looks so excited.
Yeah. So I will see you guys later.
Hey, bye.
Okay, bye.
See you, Larissa.
Yeah, I guess I need to go too. Go get in the bed. I've got to teach Sunday school in the morning.
Yeah, I'm
There
supposed
she
to
is.
catch a flight in 5 hours. So.
Oh yeah, fun.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and call it so everybody can make sure they're up and ready to do what they need to do tomorrow.
Okay.
So I'm actually going to a different practice tomorrow, so that'll be
very cool.
I'm excited. So safe travels to you. Have a blast to you.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll see y'all here in a couple weeks. Maybe. We'll see. And I just wish you both the best. You know, my hope and dream is that Casco goes 0-2, but we'll see what happens.
Mine too.
Yeah. We got this, Shauna. We can do it.
I think we can. I think we can do it.
Gonna do it. It's gonna be the two of y'all.
We're gonna go and do our best.
That's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Fair enough. All right, y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for coming on.
Yeah, you betcha.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lucky.